The complete Google AI ecosystem part 2, friends. In part 1 of our Google Artificial Intelligence Masterclass, we discovered 4 extraordinary tools. Gemini helped us think and research. Google AI Studio helped us communicate with artificial intelligence more effectively. Notebook LM helped us learn from our own documents. And Whisk introduced us to AI powered visual creation. But that was only half of the story. Today we move from thinking and researching to actually creating and producing. Imagine describing a scene and watching artificial intelligence turn your words into a cinematic video. Imagine taking a photograph and bringing it to life. Imagine creating illustrations without being a professional artist. And imagine artificial intelligence working inside Gmail, Docs, Sheets, Slides, Drive, and Meet, helping you with the work you already perform every day. Hello, friends. I am Professor DK Chopra, and I welcome you to DK Chopra Global Virtual Academy. Today, we complete our journey through 8 major Google AI tools and capabilities. Our 4 subjects are Google Flow, Google Veo, Google's Imagen, and newer image generation technologies, and Gemini across Google Workspace. Stay with me until the end because I will show you how all 8 tools from parts 1 and 2 can work together to create an AI-powered production system for teachers, students, YouTubers, researchers, and entrepreneurs. Let us begin. Chapter 1, from AI Assistant to AI Creative Studio. Before discussing individual tools, we need to understand an important change taking place inside Google's AI ecosystem. AI tools are beginning to merge. Originally, we could think of one application for text, another for images, and another for video. That distinction is becoming less clear. Google Flow began primarily as an AI filmmaking tool built around Veo, Imagen, and Gemini. Since then, Google has expanded Flow into a broader creative studio where users can generate, organize, and edit both images and videos. In 2026, Google also began moving capabilities associated with Whisk and image effects into Flow. Why is this important? Because the future of artificial intelligence is not 20 disconnected applications. The future is an integrated creative environment. You provide an idea, AI helps you research it, AI helps you visualize it, AI helps you create images, AI helps you animate those images, AI helps you edit the resulting video, and finally, AI helps you distribute and manage your work. That brings us to our first major tool. Chapter 2, Google Flow. Google Flow has evolved into Google's AI Creative Studio for images and video. Think of Flow as a digital production room. Suppose you want to create a short educational film about life on Mars. Traditionally, you might need cameras, actors, locations, visual effects software, and editors. With generative AI, you can begin by describing the scene. Perhaps you want an astronaut walking across Mars while Earth appears in the distant sky. Flow can help turn that idea into visual material using Google's generative models. But creation is only part of the story. A filmmaker needs consistency. If the same character appears in 5 scenes, we want that character to remain recognizable. If we establish a particular environment, we want later shots to feel like they belong to the same world. Flow provides tools for working with scenes, ingredients, frames, assets, and video extensions, so creators can build more coherent sequences rather than generating unrelated clips. Google's newer Flow versions also support natural language editing and more precise changes to generated material. Flow for teachers imagine teaching history. Instead of displaying only a photograph of an ancient city, you could create a short visual reconstruction showing what the environment might have looked like. Imagine teaching astronomy. You could illustrate a journey through the solar system. Imagine teaching cybersecurity. You could visualize data traveling through a network. The purpose is not to replace the teacher. The purpose is to give the teacher new ways of explaining ideas. Flow for YouTubers. For creators, Flow can assist with opening sequences, B-roll, transitions, concept scenes, background visuals, product demonstrations, storytelling, short cinematic sequences. This is particularly useful when the required scene would be expensive or impossible to film yourself. Can Flow make a 30-minute course? This question is extremely important. The answer requires some explanation. Flow can generate and extend video material, but I would not recommend asking it to replace the entire production process for a 30-minute educational lecture. Google says its extend capability can continue shots and produce longer sequences, including shots lasting a minute or more, but a professional 30-minute course still requires structure, narration, scene selection, editing, and quality control. For our academy, therefore, Flow should be a visual production assistant, not the professor. We write the complete lesson, our presenter teaches it, Flow supplies selected visual sequences, then an editor combines everything. That gives us both educational depth and visual quality. Chapter 3, Google VO. Now we come to the technology behind much of Google's AI video generation. VO. VO is Google's advanced generative video model. The distinction between Flow and VO is important. Think of VO as the engine. Think of Flow as the creative studio built around the engine. Generates the video. Flow helps you direct, organize, refine, and assemble your creative material. Google's current VO 3.1 generation supports features such as image-based ingredients, vertical video, and higher resolution output options across several Google products. Text to video. The simplest idea is text to video. You describe a scene, for example, a futuristic classroom in Toronto in the year 2040. Students from around the world sit before interactive holographic displays while an elderly professor explains artificial intelligence. The AI interprets that description and generates a video sequence. The more carefully you describe the scene, camera movement, lighting, atmosphere, and action, the greater your control over the result. Image to video. Another powerful capability is bringing an image to life. Suppose we create a beautiful digital classroom. Instead of leaving it as a static image, AI video generation can animate the environment. A screen may illuminate. Students may move. The camera may slowly travel across the classroom. Suddenly, one illustration becomes part of a cinematic lesson. VEO for YouTube Shorts VO 3.1 also supports vertical output suitable for platforms such as YouTube Shorts. This is especially interesting for content creators. Instead of filming every supporting scene, AI can create short visual segments specifically designed for vertical viewing. But remember, technology does not automatically create a successful short. You still need a strong hook, a useful idea, clear narration, good pacing, and an ending that makes viewers want to learn more. Chapter 4, Google Imagen and the evolution of Google Image AI. Now let us move from video to images. In our original 8-tool plan, we called this section Google Imagen. That remains an important name because Imagen is Google's family of image generation models. However, Google's consumer-facing image ecosystem is evolving rapidly, and newer Gemini image models and nano banana technologies now appear across products such as Gemini and Flow. So viewers should understand Imagen as part of Google's broader image generation technology rather than expecting one permanent standalone application called Imagen. This distinction matters because AI products change quickly. Our purpose is to learn the capability, not memorize yesterday's menu. What can Google Image AI do? Imagine typing, create a professional illustration of a cybersecurity operations center with analysts monitoring global computer networks. AI can create that visual. Or create a friendly illustration explaining how Wi-Fi connects a smartphone to a home router. Or create a futuristic artificial intelligence classroom. These images can support YouTube videos, thumbnails, presentations, books, websites, course material, advertisements, social media, educational diagrams. Writing better image prompts. A weak prompt might say, create a classroom. A stronger prompt would say, create a modern international digital classroom with an elderly professor teaching artificial intelligence on a large interactive screen, professional educational environment, realistic lighting, wide composition, suitable for a YouTube lesson. Notice the difference. The second prompt explains subject, environment, activity, style, lighting, purpose. AI works best when we communicate clearly. Chapter 5, Gemini in Google Workspace. Our fourth area is very different from flow, VEO, and image generation. This is artificial intelligence for everyday productivity. Millions of people already use Gmail, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Drive, Google Meet. Instead of asking people to abandon these familiar applications, Google is increasingly placing Gemini capabilities inside them. Depending on the workspace plan, AI can help users write and summarize emails, work with documents, analyze spreadsheets, generate images for presentations, search and summarize Drive files, and assist with meetings. Google's workspace feature availability varies by subscription tier. This is important because AI becomes most useful when it appears inside the work we already perform. AI in Gmail, imagine receiving a long email. AI can help summarize it. You need to reply professionally. AI can help draft the response. You have written something too long. AI can help make it concise. The final responsibility, however, remains yours. Always read an AI generated email before sending it. AI in Google Docs. Suppose you are preparing a report, a lesson, a proposal, a letter, a business plan. AI can help overcome the blank page. It can assist with drafting, restructuring, and polishing content. But again, the human author should make the final decisions. AI in Google Sheets. Spreadsheets frighten many beginners because formulas can become complicated. Gemini capabilities in Sheets can help users analyze information, and Google has continued adding features to assist with data analysis and formula related tasks. This can make spreadsheets more accessible to people who are not technical experts. AI in Google Slides, teachers and business professionals spend enormous amounts of time preparing presentations. AI can assist with content and visual creation depending on the workspace edition. Instead of beginning with a blank presentation, users can increasingly work with AI as a creative assistant. AI in Drive and Meet Drive contains our documents. Meet contains our conversations. AI can help find and summarize information in Drive and assist with meeting notes and summaries where supported by the user's workspace plan. This demonstrates a major shift. AI is moving from being a separate website into becoming part of our normal working environment. Chapter 6, all 8 Google AI tools together. Now let us return to the complete series. In part 1, we learned Gemini, Google AI Studio, Notebook LM, Whisk. Today we added Flow, VEO, Google's Imagen and broader image generation technology, Gemini across Google Workspace. Now imagine using them together. You decide to produce a 30-minute lesson. First, use Gemini to explore the subject and develop ideas. Second, use Google AI Studio when you want more controlled prompting and experimentation. Third, place your trusted source documents into Notebook LM and study them carefully. Fourth, develop visual concepts with Google's image tools. Fifth, create or organize visual sequences in Flow. Sixth, use VEO where AI-generated video clips genuinely improve the explanation. Seventh, prepare documents, presentations, email, and collaborative materials through Google Workspace. Finally, combine the lesson with your presenter, narration, and video editor. One person can now perform tasks that once required several specialists. But there is an important lesson here. Do not use AI simply because AI exists. If a diagram explains something better than a cinematic video, use the diagram. If your teacher speaking directly to students is more effective, keep the teacher on screen. Technology should serve education. Education should never become a demonstration of technology for its own sake. Chapter 7, These Really Free. Now, I want to correct one misconception that appears in many online videos. People frequently say these Google AI tools are completely free. That statement can be misleading. Some Google AI services provide free access or free usage allowances. Others have subscription tiers. Some advanced models have limits. Features may also differ by country, account, and plan. For example, Google currently lists a no subscription flow tier with daily credits, while higher tiers provide additional credits and capabilities. Google Workspace likewise offers different Gemini features depending on the edition. Therefore, our academy will use more accurate language. Powerful Google AI tools you can start using free with optional paid upgrades for higher limits and advanced capabilities. That is truthful, and truth is more important than a sensational headline. Chapter 8, What this means for students and teachers' artificial intelligence can dramatically reduce repetitive work. But education is not merely the transfer of information. A great teacher understands when a student is confused. A great teacher inspires curiosity. A great teacher brings experience, judgment, and values into the classroom. AI can create a diagram. AI can summarize a textbook. AI can generate a video. But human beings determine why something should be taught and how knowledge should be used responsibly. The future, therefore, should not be human versus artificial intelligence. It should be human intelligence working with artificial intelligence. Final conclusion, friends. Across these two masterclasses, we have explored 8 important parts of Google's rapidly evolving artificial intelligence ecosystem. Gemini for intelligent assistance, Google AI Studio for experimentation and advanced prompting, Notebook LM for source grounded learning and research, Whisk for visual ideation, whose capabilities are increasingly being integrated into Flow, Flow for creative production, Veo for generative video, Google's image generation models for professional visuals, and Gemini across Google Workspace for everyday productivity. Together, they show us something extraordinary. Artificial intelligence is no longer one chatbot sitting on a website. It is becoming an entire digital working environment. A student can research, a teacher can prepare lessons, a researcher can analyze documents, a YouTuber can create visual content, an entrepreneur can prepare presentations and communications, and a lifelong learner can explore subjects that once seemed too technical or difficult. But remember, AI is not wisdom, AI is not judgment, AI is not experience. Those remain human responsibilities. Use artificial intelligence to extend your abilities, not surrender them. Learn these technologies, experiment with them, question their answers, verify important information, and use them responsibly. That is the philosophy of D.K. Chopra Global Virtual Academy. Making every subject easy, sharing knowledge, serving humanity. If you found this masterclass useful, please like, share, and subscribe. And this does not end our AI journey. Our next step will be much more practical. We will begin taking these tools one by one and learning exactly how to use them step by step with real examples. Thank you for joining me. Keep learning, keep creating, and keep sharing knowledge. I will see you in our next masterclass.